Well, the company was founded in 1939 by Arthur Vesey, and Arthur for many years always had an outstanding garden. And many people would always comment, why is Arthur's garden so much better than anybody else's? And it was because Arthur would spend the winter researching where he could find the best seeds that would work in the climate here in Prince Edward Island. So each year when Arthur would place his order for his seeds at different places, people would say, well, when you're getting yours, could you order some for me? And this grew and grew and grew until finally one day the light bulb went off and Arthur thought, there's a business to be had here. So he created his own catalog, a very small 16-page black and white catalog in 1939, and mailed it to a series of people in the Maritimes that either he knew or people who knew of him through his pumpkin growing career, and it took off from there. He operated the seed catalog in conjunction with a vegetable market garden, and for years and years things just grew progressively until one day they added flower seed in addition to the vegetable seed, and the circulation grew and grew and grew of the publication to the point where now it's every province and state. But we're primarily a home gardener supplier, really. And all those home gardeners are benefiting from the fact that we also have commercial growers, and we go the extra mile on the testing and the backup and and all these sorts of things. So it's really to the home gardener's advantage that we do have some commercial business. The 99 was our 60th anniversary, and we thought we should probably undertake a couple of new or exciting or big initiatives for the 60th anniversary of the company, and the two things were the introduction of our fall bulb catalog and the introduction of an e-commerce website. We started to see e-commerce coming along, although even at that time it doesn't seem very long ago, and it's not very long ago, but it's a century ago in e-commerce. It was primarily computer companies, office supply type things that were being sold online. So we worked with a regional company to see what we could do about trying to sell some things, and it was slow at first, of course, and there were a lot of bugs to work out, but it was just onward and upward from there. Even though a large percentage of our business is coming through the internet, it is coming from people who did receive a hard copy of the catalog. So they're not necessarily going to the website and going page by page by page and making their purchase decision while they're looking at the site. I think in most cases they've made their purchase decision by going through the catalog, and they've probably written the item numbers down, and then when they go to the website they might check one or two things, but they're just using our quick order form and using it as a way to order and saving themselves a stamp and getting the order there instantly rather than waiting a week and a half in the mail. Now, I found an interesting statistic yesterday that I didn't know. You would tend to think that most people would go to your website via your home page because we're using the URL on everything that we produce. And apparently only about 10% of people are coming to our website via the home page. We have very good Google listings when you're searching for things, and a lot of people are coming via a carrot page or a particular variety that they've searched on for some reason or another. But yeah, we don't. The URL's everywhere, every advertisement, every package. Nothing's printed without it on it. I don't consider the internet the primary reason behind our tremendous growth. However, at the same time, we wouldn't have been able to experience the growth without the internet. All we've really done is we've offered our existing customers another way to order. If 30 or 35% of your customers want to order that way and you don't offer that channel of ordering, well, if that's the way they want to order, they'll order from someone else who does offer that channel. So it was, you couldn't live without it. It would be like trying to have a mail order company without telephones, because our telephone volume and our internet volume as a percentage of sales is probably about the same. So I mean, we would never in our wildest dreams think about turning the phones off, or not having phones, or not having an 800 number. I know a competitor of ours in the U.S. one year, the president of their company looked at what their 800 telephone bill was, and it was through the roof. They said, this is ridiculous. We shouldn't be paying for all these phone calls. Cut out the 800 number and put in our area code. Well, they weren't long reinstating the 800 number because people went, I'm not going to phone on my nickel. I'll phone the other guy. they've got an 800 number. So it's an absolute necessary, cannot live without channel. Only a year and a half into our first e-commerce website, we had to start from scratch and build a brand new structure. The volume of business that was coming to us through the site far surpassed the ability of the site to handle the business. And so we had to scramble very short into our e-commerce history to redevelop the site so as to handle the tremendous amount of business that was coming that way. It's a complicated website because, well, one, we have a lot of items, but then we offer items in so many different sizes. There are also very strange tax regulations. Some things are taxed at one size, but in a larger size they're not taxed. So there were